Hi HD Mafia, how are you guys? It's your girl Hazel, how are you? 1K subscribers, we motherfucking did it, bitch. We and plenty more thousands and hundreds of thousands and all that great stuff to motherfucking come. Mark my words. Shout out to all my babies that said that I inspired them to create YouTube channels or want to. Baby, do your motherfucking thing. Do not get discouraged. Don't worry about what nobody say. There is going to be viewers and eyes on you, but that's totally okay. You grow, you learn as you go. You're not going to always look your best. The camera isn't going to always make you look nice, because sometimes I see some of my videos and baby, I'll be going back and I'll be like, oh, I look hideous, honey, opposed to when I look in this mirror right here, I see beautiful. The camera sometimes can take a life of its own, and I understand that's why girls and creators use filters. I'm not big on filters at all. This is when I was working at the 9-to-5 job. I had like 2 videos up and I had like a filter on. I don't use filters for none of my videos. This is who I am. This is how I look. I don't never want to do that, because for me that caused more dysphoria. If I constantly look at myself in the camera and I'm seeing clear, perfect skin or something tuned up too much, and then I look in the mirror in real life, it's gonna bring up a lot of dysphoria for me, because I'm like, wow, that's not really who you are. And I'm a real ass bitch, and you know we keep it real, raw, uncut up over here, okay? Not saying that I won't ever use a filter. Before I dive into this video, I do want to put out a little message to all my babies. I had a longtime supporter of mine. I'm not really going to dive into it too much, but based on some things that I was saying in my recent videos, they thought I was talking about them. I want to let you guys know, this is for all my HD Mafia babies. I'm talking specifically to you. I'm not talking to bitches I don't fuck with or don't really like and they watch me, or any outsiders. I'm talking about HD Mafia, and particularly my supporters, my babies, okay? I would never shade you guys. I would never shade you guys in any way, shape, or form. Never. That's who Hazel is. That's not what I do. I would never promote myself that type of way. I never dissed you guys on camera or off camera. I said things about individuals, and particularly who I was talking about in that video, but never to you guys. I love you. You guys is the reason why I keep doing this shit. Opposed to me want to just get my stories out there to the world, y'all help me. And if there anything that you guys have ever took offense to that may not be directed towards you, I apologize for it. Over here, we keep it real. We're real, uncut, and raw. It's been that way since day one. No filters, bitch, no makeup, no hiding, no covering shit up. We keep it all the way to fuck G over here. If you guys ever feel any type of way, please let me know. You can type it down in the comments if you don't feel comfortable enough to do that. If you want to be more discreet, you can hit me up in my inbox on Instagram or my Gmail, or if any of you have my personal number. But I don't feel no way about any of you. I love you. I love the support. I love when my women hit me up and they telling me their stories and telling me how much I inspire them. That shit make me cry, low key. But my babies, y'all got my heart. Now let's get on with this story. But this video is a story about when I got this pillow right here because I don't have on any clothes up underneath. I don't want you guys to clock all my tea, honey. When I got a eviction notice at my last place, when I wake up, I'll hurry up and run to the mailbox or check the outside of the door to make sure I don't have a letter. The shit would traumatize you, okay? Because you want to be living comfortably in your shit and not worry about getting put out, or oh my god, if I'm gonna have to pack up and leave, it's gonna make you uncomfortable. A couple years ago, I'm going to say maybe about 3 or 4, I say about 4 years ago. I was just like always getting behind on my rent for whatever reasons. Well, there is a bigger reason why, but I'm going to explain that in another story time. Bitch, I always been this type of person, like I always pay shit late. It don't matter if it's a movie at the fucking movie store. When I'm returning it, it's late as fuck if I return it at all. So I had got to a point where I was a month behind. My rent $500 at the time. So I'm $500 behind, right? And then another month, boom, another $500. So I'm like, oh shit, $1,000. It was late fees added on to that as well. The balance probably were, I'm gonna say about $1,100. It was a lady over the apartments I was living at. She was cool as fuck. Like, she the one that got me into the place. She would help me out. She did everything in her power to help me from getting evicted if I got behind. She would always be up on it like, girl, you know you gotta do this because they really up on my tail. They really want you out of here, but I'm pulling strings, you know, to keep you here. Because she really fucked with me. I even got her number to this day. Like, we follow each other on Facebook and everything. Miss Susan, that was her name. She all of a sudden had just left the property. She went to she managed another property in a whole nother city. So I'm like, damn, she not here no more. So she was like, make sure you up on it because there is going to be this new guy, this German guy, and he's different than I am. You know, you won't have a connection with him or anything. So you're going to make sure you're going to have to be up on your shit. I was like, absolutely, absolutely. But I was making sure I was kind of up on it or whatever. I still was being late. I was stalling. I was slacking. I'm not going to lie. As time went by, he definitely wasn't as cool as her, but he was all right. So like as the year and stuff going by, I would always have late fee. It was a $30 late fee. So I had to pay that on top of my rent. When it was time for me to renew my lease that April, I was on like a month to month, I believe. So I didn't have any late fees anymore. December came, baby, I'm like 2 months behind. I used to get 14-day notices all the fucking time because every month I was late. I had to make up from the last month, so I will always be late. If it's over the 5th of the month, between the 1st and the 5th, you're getting a 14-day notice. So December came, it's over the 5th of the month, I got the 14-day notice. I have to pay for last month, November, and now December. One day I wake the fuck up. It had to be like the next day after I got my 14-day notice. I opened the fucking door, and baby, I gagged because I seen a fucking letter on the door, and I snatched that bitch real quick, closed the door. It's cold outside. I'm just looking, going through everything, like just reading. I think it was like 2 pages, just front and back, like looking like, what the fuck? It's a fucking, he served me an eviction notice. It said you have, less than 30 days, 14 days. I can't really remember to get out to evacuate the premises. It had a court date on there, December 17th, that I had to go to court. So I am gagging, honey. I didn't call my mom. I'm like, Mom, they didn't send me an eviction notice. Okay, you know, girl, you gotta, whatever checks you get, make sure you saving all of that money. I'm gonna try to do my best to help you out. I'm like, okay. They even contacted Susan, the old property manager, and was telling her, and she was telling me how the process was going, because when they sent me the balance that I owe on that eviction notice, baby, it was that $1,200, and baby, it was a $300 extra fee on there. Do you know when they file eviction notice, they add fees on there? It costs for them to file a fucking eviction notice. So it's already like $1,500 now. Susan told me, she said, as the days go on, you want to get that paid quickly. It's going to keep going up and up and up. The more people that get involved in that case, is gonna keep adding on fees. About time I got to court and shit, this balance is $2,000 motherfucking dollars, bitch. Gagging. Went to court. We'll give you 14 days after, because I'm like, I'm going to pay. I'm going to try to pay it. Can I get an extension? They was like, we'll give you a 14-day extension. From the 17th, 14 days, baby, that's the New Year. So that's still within that month. So I'm like, damn, that's not a lot of time. I made sure I had kept most of my money from my paychecks. I was able to come up with over $1,000. My mom, Ace Boom Coon, my day one, my fucking Captain Saver, she always is there for me. You guys, HD Mafia, she was there. My mom, she didn't even have no money like that. I think she went and got a loan from her bank and matched what I had. She put $800 on for the rent for me to help keep my place. I had over $1,000, which she gave me. I was able to match that, and it came up to over $2,000. Bitch, I went to that landlord's office, honey, and gave him that motherfucking money order. He gagged. He didn't even expect me to pay it at all. He thought I was gonna like forfeit and drop out. I'm like, no, baby, I'm a fighter. Here go this motherfucking money order right here. Boom, now we good. Now we can go fresh into the year without no old balances or nothing and start fresh. I told him, I said, I'm gonna make sure I'm be up on it from here, whoop, so I can convince him in good standards with him. You know, I'm not trying to have an attitude, get into an argument. You never want to get into an argument or have tension with your landlord, because they can always feel some type of way and do some extra shit. You know, and I don't like to really bring up stuff because I never want to jinx anything. That is why I stayed away from telling this type of story. So, baby, I paid it. You know, I got it paid. It was like by that last day of that 14-day extension. I'm excited. I'm like, yay, I keep my place. All that good shit. So it's January, the month's flying. It goes to April. I'm getting ready to go to work. I open the motherfucking door and I see a eviction notice, bitch. Another one. This one is like, vacate the property. You have 30 days. There's no court date. There's no nothing. I'm paid up, right? My balance paid up. Old balances and all. Do you know this man put on there that I had an extra $600 from late fees, that he never sent me a letter, any notices, and put on the late fees or nothing. He never said anything about late fees in a notice. Never said that when I went to his offices several times to give him money orders. None of that. $600 worth of late fees. Them bitches was $30. I'm like, how is you just now doing this now? Like, this is a setup. You feel some type of way. I just couldn't believe that he did that snake ass move. And I was just like not expecting that. You guys, this was 2020 when COVID and all that shit just started. And they was making it a big thing. And they was like quarantining and shutting down shit. Oh shit, I gotta try to find a place and get money for first month rent. And all this in less than 30 days. I'm just like gagging. And I had just paid that man money from old balances and everything. He just did not want me there. He felt some type of way. I think he had an issue with who I am as a person. I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. I'm up on it, bitch. From that moment, I'm up on it. I'm going to work. I was working 2 jobs at that time. So I'm like, bitch, every check you get, you saving that shit. I'm up on it looking for apartments. It was hard as fuck. This is during COVID time too. Everything had like, you needed 3 to 4 times the amount of rent. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's a good thing I was working them jobs, honey, because I can have check stubs to show that I make over $2,000 a month. I was getting denied from all these places because they was doing credit checks and stuff, and my credit is fucked up. So I was getting denied. Except for one place, honey, I was able to motherfucking get, and this the one I'm in right the fuck now, bitch. So I was able to secure this place and get it. You needed 4 times the fucking rent. 4 times the rent to get this place, honey. And I was able to get this place, and I got it within that 30 days. Packed my shit and got the fuck on, bitch. I ain't moving back with no parents. I'm not going no motherfucking where. I don't do roommates. I am grown. I'm finna be 29 January 18th. I'm too grown. I'm a grown ass woman. Freshly in transition. I'm not staying with nobody, honey. I already did that shit and it was a nightmare. And I always told myself, when you get your first apartment and when you finally do move out from staying with people, you're not going back. You're not going backwards. No matter how hard it gets, you're not. You're going to fight. And bitch, I've been motherfucking doing that shit since. I have a big thing of stalling. Not because I don't have the money or the funds. I always had the funds. If I can get away with it, I'm going to take it. It can be the first of the month. And if I know that the landlord would sympathize with me until the end of the month, I can get away with it up until the 30th or the end of, before that next month come in. I'm good. So I would do that all the time, but that's not a good thing to do because you never know how, if you're going to have rainy days or if you're going to be able to come up with that amount of money at the end of the month. That's a lot of pressure you're putting on yourself, and I always put myself in that position. The same with my car. I can have an issue going on with brakes, and I got 2-3 months I can ride on these brakes. I'm gonna do it, and I did it several times, and that's not. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, and this new year coming in, I'm not gonna stall and let anything slow me down. So it was never really the issues with like funding, because I always had the money some way, somehow, whether I worked a job or not. I would always wait till the last minute to do things. That's how I kept getting fucked over. Kept fucking over myself. Self-sabotaging, honestly. Because I don't want no fucking eviction notice, bitch. Hell nah. We ain't going through that no more. We done survived those terrorists, bitch, from the past. We not going through that. Not as a trans woman. Not as a woman. Not anymore. Okay? We're not doing it. I am a hustler. I'm a strong woman. Very confident, very motivated. No matter how much I stall, even if it's at the last minute, bitch, I fight to the death. I'm gonna always win. So you guys, please like this video. Please subscribe if you have not. Be a part of HD Mafia. We a fucking baby. We're a unit. We're an army. We're strong as fuck. We're real. We're raw. We're uncut. The realest, humblest motherfucking people there is. Stop playing with me. Men and women, all of you, it's accepted. Only thing you gotta do is subscribe, okay? Comment, let me know you guys' experiences, if you guys went through this type of situation or worse or better. Like, comment, subscribe, okay? More videos coming soon. Thank you guys for your support. I love you. HD Mafia to the death.